Kayisi's Crazy Kitchen.
Check this out, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Kayisi's Crazy Kitchen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna respect Random Rand's request for some tacos. We went with fish tacos. You know what I mean? You might have had your heart set on some whatever. And we went with tilapia. The first thing we're about to do is jump into this, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Tilapia, nice white fish. It doesn't have a heavy flavor to it, so what you add to it, you're gonna taste. Holy shit. These tilapia fillets that we got, oh man. I'm trying to remember the last fish dish that we did. My whole background with working behind a seafood counter. I like to rinse them in an ice bath. And I should have walked this through earlier. Holy shit. I really hope this is the part you're editing. Doesn't have to be anything too aggressive. And then what we're gonna do is rinse our tilapia in there. So here we go. Rinsing off the tilapia, because we can't get any sloppia. I'm not sure if you're familiar with tilapia. I mean, it's a nice thick fish. It's flaky. It's gonna be kind of like a red snapper. Alright, so next we want to start with the salsa. The question is, how much garlic do we want to use in this recipe?
8 cloves.
8 cloves, you think? I really want to use this shallot at some point.
If it's good, let's use it right now.
Well, I mean, just throw it in just because. Am I retarded, or is shallot a lot like garlic? Edit. Stop film. Cut.
Kayisi's Crazy Kitchen.
We're gonna check out what this is about. I'm thinking I do it like I would normally do garlic. Going right-handed on y'all. Get out of there. Would a shallot be more of an onion?
It is
or
an onion.
More of a garlic?
It's an onion.
Because it's shaped like a garlic. I'm not sure about this, folks. I could very well be f***ing this up right now.
You're just dicing some veggies, that's all.
Right.
Yeah, just watch the fingers.
Luckily it's just shallot, so we don't give a shallot. I'm trying to stick with this whole right-handed theme so that you guys get to see what's going on, as opposed to me covering up with my big bulky muscles. I'll tell you what, we're gonna turn these into some shit.
That's pretty much the plan with all food, right?
I mean,
Or you just turn food into shit.
This was just a little sidelight. We decided that we're gonna go with, we got some shallot. Voila. That's called voila. That's a red onion right there. We going with the whole thing, you think? Half of an onion. Watch the fingers, folks. All right.
You don't have to cut it half that way, but if you
No,
want.
I could though. Oh, look at that. That's total edit. Oh, shit. Let's try and do this.
Put the flat side down.
Yeah,
And save yourself
let's
the
try
energy.
and do this a little more carefully.
Yeah.
Although this knife is like seriously. But look at that. We got some good purple onion jumping off, and then we chop it finely. We're gonna go real fine, like, you know what I mean, like.
That's fine.
You keep in mind I'm going right-handed. I could always watch this. I could always just. Oh, see? Look at that. You see how that just did? All we're looking for, we're just looking for it to be uniform without wearing a uniform. And look at this, man. It's just, at what point are you gonna edit this? Seriously, this is gonna like look like shit. This is gonna look like absolute ridiculous. This is where I just come in and just chop it up. Here goes the knife. He's not even trying to make it look sexy anymore. He's just chopping. I would like it more fine than that. But
Yeah, you're gonna keep
like
dicing it.
Keep sliding around,
And your spoon's not really cutting through any of that.
you could certainly get a little more extravagant with this. This is about as far as we're willing to go with this. We're going the red onions. in with the shallots. And then, you were saying 8, 9 cloves? That's technically 8 cloves, but you know how I like to do. I think we're going with 9 cloves. You keep in mind, we're adding a shallot to it, which might be interesting. But what we're gonna do is chop it chop. What kind of chef am I?
Have you ever thought about like watching any knife training videos or anything?
Quite honestly, I pray to God that we get some good knives. This particular knife, I know it looks sharp. It looks like, you know what I mean, you could be in the prison yard and you could just shank somebody real cool, but it's actually not very sharp. Dull knife. Right-handed. Making it look like we know what we're doing. What? Yeah. Huh. You want some more garlic? Alright. I think we're somewhere in there, right? Like, we're in there like swimwear. I mean, we got about 9, 10 cloves. Do we want this finely diced? What do you think?
Yeah.
All this garlic. It's going in with the red onion, with the shallot. So we're gonna chop this up a little bit after I wash the sticky off my fingers, and maybe we rinse the fish a little bit.
Not yet.
See where that's at, okay.
After,
we still got some ice in there, so we're good.
Make sure you wash your hands because you just touch the raw fish and now you're gonna touch garlic.
I'm gonna, you know
That's why I'm saying, just leave the fish alone. Don't think about the fish.
He's suggesting that I do this first. I don't want to. I want to do other things. Like, I want to do other things, but he doesn't want me to do that. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in there and we're gonna get some nice dice type shit. If anything, I'll probably irritate the shit out of him with how finely I dice this. You hear all that chopping? Just all that, just total chop. Oh man, just the big chunks gone. And if you guys aren't ready for it, then don't be ready for it. That right there, that looks like magic. Somewhere in there. It's the right amount of chunky and choppy. So I'm liking that. Oops, sorry. What are we thinking? A couple of splashes maybe? Somewhere in there. And then what are you thinking?
We can move on to the fish.
Alright, so seeing as how we're going oil, water, don't mix. So you want to get as much of this water off of there as you can. We're just going to kind of pat them dry a little bit. These are really good fillets right here. Alright. Watcha. What do you think about this? Like, something like that, folks.
We're gonna cut some limes now.
Limes.
1 lime for the fish. Is that your new cutting board?
Oh no, this is my lime dish. And then how do I want to do this?
You just cut it in half and then squeeze it.
How about that? Alright.
You got a towel on the ground.
Again, this is where you're supposed to edit everything.
I'll be editing all this in.
Lime juice. We're gonna try and get a nice even coat on there. It definitely smells limey. And then we're gonna add to that olive oil. Olive olivo. You guys ready for that? You know how we like to do nice little drizzle. Nothing heavy, nothing smothered, nothing crazy.
That's good.
Yeah. Salt and pepper? Salt and pepper? Wasn't that a group from like the 80s or the 90s? Heavy pepper, I think we're going. Right in there somewhere, right? Like, we're looking for good coverage. And then, are we going Himalayan? You know how we like to roll. We go Himalayan. Just a little splash. We're not gonna go too far overboard. Maybe one more. And then, I forgot about the smoked paprika. I don't know if you know about this, but if you don't know about this, you need to know about this, because this is going in this, and this is gonna make this taste good. Not too heavy, It's a strong flavor, but let's see what I can drizzle somewhere in there. What do you think? Hopefully I didn't f it up.
Chili powder.
Nothing fancy, just some straight up chili powder. Somewhere in there. That's what I'm thinking. Powder?
Yeah, that's it. Let's do that on there. And how about a little bit of cumin on that?
Ooh.
Cumin over there. There we go.
Let's go. I mean, is it cumin? Is it cumin? Is it?
That's a good question.
And then
We should just stir that up.
oh yeah. Oh, look how light that is on the bottom though. Like,
That's why you gotta rub them all around and put them all over each other and stir it all up.
Exactly. I think we're somewhere in there. So now he's suggesting that we're gonna make some salsa. So we're going with homemade salsa. We're going radicchio. We're going ridiculous radicchio. Personally, I've never dealt with this myself. I mean, it's like cabbage based, you know, but I had never dealt with this. He's gonna make me cut it up with a dull knife. I don't know if the audience at home, like, if you guys think this is exciting, but this is a little exciting. This is radicchio. I mean, when do you get to bring this into your cupboard? When do you get to cook this and put it into your mouth? Like, you don't. Oh my god. They just... oh, shit. Man. I can do better than that. I'm thinking somewhere in there. And you're suggesting this all goes in this? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
If you say so. Alright, so now.
Radish. You can still use that cutting board.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, that's all going in the same bowl.
Yeah. And you're thinking 3, 4 of these maybe? So just in case, now that we have our radicchio in with the rest of what we got some radish. We're gonna thin slice it, chop it up nice and thick. Not thick, but thin, excuse me. But man, what else do we have in here? First things first, we like to get our nice little rinse on, wash the dirt off. Alright, we're gonna chop this up nice and thin. It's a shame they really don't get the full experience of what it looks like when somebody knows what they're doing in the kitchen. If you're looking at me, you're just like, wow, how does that dude like survive without a helmet? I mean, if you want your radishes nice and diced, this is what we're talking about right here. Voila. Alright, so are we going in there with that?
Yeah.
We're going in there with that?
Yeah.
Alright. Lucky for you, ladies and gentlemen, this guy knows what he's doing. So he's suggesting that we go in here with the radishes, and that's what we're doing. Oh man, we got some shit up in there. Ladies and gentlemen, Serrano. So we're gonna rinse that off. Where do we stand on pit?
Just put the whole thing in there. Just go as thin as you can with it.
Thin sliced. So we're just going nice and thin. Oh man, it smells good. And I just... So we're gonna add this to the mix, folks. Here we go next. A little bit of lime. And hopefully, like, he's so good at editing. He's gonna edit all this and it's gonna look real smooth. It's gonna look a lot smoother than what's actually going on right now. Alright. And you're suggesting one whole
Squeeze the lime
mofo.
juice in there, yeah.
Alright. Little ground pepper. I don't know what you know about ground pepper, but ground pepper is something that you put in food and it makes it taste good. So do that from time to time. You don't have to put too much. Somewhere in there. And then you're thinking the Himalayan? Little Himalayan salt, folks. Just a little sprig. I'm gonna do more than that just because I want to. Watch this, people. Somewhere in there.
It's a little honey, people. And then some fresh cilantro in there.
Okay. Fresh cilantro. Just for shits and giggles, even though I've rinsed this thoroughly the last time we used it, we're gonna rinse it one more time just so that you guys understand cleanliness, hygiene, all that. I don't want you thinking this nasty ass niggas just getting into Ebola all over some shit. And you correct me if I'm wrong. We don't need a gang load of this, right?
I'll have that.
I'm gonna tell you what, if your camera could smell this cilantro, we're all familiar with the smell of cilantro, right? Like it's just that pungent, herby, just, man, this right here is just some fresh cilantro and I want it in my mouth. Should've used a different knife, people.
We have a different knife?
I might as well use a butter knife, honestly. Like, should I stir that up?
Yeah.
You correct me if I'm wrong, you smell that and it's like, alright folks, honestly, it's my fault. I haven't been very clear about exactly how to get to this moment, you know what I mean? Cause I'm just having fun with it, but if anything, just look at the look on my face when I eat this and put it in my mouth. And if you see me just like lighten up, cook that. Cook that for your children, for your grandchildren, for your whoever you want to cook it for. Should I have started this pan?
Yeah.
Started to heat it up, maybe? And do I have that right, temperature-wise? Were we going olive oil? Avocado oil. We're throwing in. Just let it do its thing. Maybe start heating up the
Tortillas.
Yeah, right? You're not filming this still, are you?
Oh yeah, I'm filming everything.
So now we're gonna and what are you suggesting is the best way to?
I'd say like 5.
This is where we're going, folks. I'm thinking I flip those, but meantime we put a couple of tortillas. We got some way local homemade style tortillas. I mean, if you can see how yellow that is, how corny that is, there is some corn in that tortilla. Alright, let's try it. Look at that, corny. Just getting a nice little heat on them. I'm thinking I might want to put that. This is gonna be good. I want to predict some good. This is gonna be good. 5%, ladies and gentlemen. This is just, look at that, from non-GMO fed cows. Here we go. Just a little plain yogurt. Honestly, that probably is more than you would generally go with. Little sriracha. Somewhere in there. You could obviously go head over heels with it, but and then
You're gonna break up some of this fish and get some
I was
fish
gonna
on
say
it.
fish first. Oh yeah. Oh shit, folks. That looks so good. Just some nice flaky tilapia, melt in your mouth type. Oh man. Wow. That's what we're gonna go with, folks. We're gonna go with some little homemade salsa. Oh man. I don't know if anybody's ready for this. Honestly, this is. Here we go, folks. Fish tacos. Random Ran. This is for you. Just look at the look on my face when I eat this and put it in my mouth. And if you see me just like lighten up. Cook that. Alright. Kayisi's crazy beep beep.
Kayisi's Crazy Kitchen.
If you really wanted a closing statement from me, it might get graphic, it might get, you know what I mean?
Kayisi's Crazy Kitchen.